Hello everyone, welcome to today's LinkedIn Live event on how to find a co-founder for your startup. I am Anshuman Sinha and I'll be guiding you through this important topic. I've been part of many startups and have had firsthand how critical it is to find the right co-founder. We are going to spend the next 20-30 minutes discussing why finding the right co-founder is crucial for your startup, the qualities to look for in your co-founder, how to actually find the right co-founder or the right person, and finally how to build a successful partnership with that. Now let's talk about why finding the right co-founder is so critical. Let's start by understanding why finding a co-founder is so important. As they say, two heads are better than one. This is particularly true in startups where the workload is intense. You guys are working, 60, 80 hours a week, and it is important that the workload has to be shared, and you need someone who you can rely on to share the journey. Consider the iconic co-founders like Paul Allen and Bill Gates of Microsoft, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak of Apple. These were the guys who worked hand in hand to build the company because they were the right co-founder working for each other. These are the examples of partnership where complementary skills came together and creating something truly remarkable. Look at these companies, Apple, Microsoft, they are roaring today also, But it is not always a smooth ride, my friends, not a smooth sailing at all. Finding the wrong co-founder can lead to significant challenges or worse, failure. So how do you find the right person? Let's dive into it. Let's try to understand it. Today we are going to talk about the qualities to look for in a co-founder. In the next 5 to 7 minutes, we are going to talk about it. One of the most important factors to consider is complementary skill set. I cannot stress more on this. Complementary skill set is very, very important between two co-founders. If you are a great product at product development, your co-founder should excel in business strategy or marketing. For example, you might be a technical founder. Find someone who knows how to build the product, while your co-founder can handle sales, fundraising, and operations. There are pros and cons of it. What are the pros? The pros are you are able to cover more area to the business. You are the technical co-founder. Somebody else is your co-founder who is going to help you with business, with fundraising, with sales, with operations. So now it is a good marriage between two. You reduce the need to hire for these roles early on. When you are building your startup and now your MVP is ready, your product is ready, you want to sell it to the customers, right? So you will need salespeople, you will need marketing people. If you have a co-founder who is bringing those complementary skills to you, then it becomes so much more easier, and you don't have to hire for those positions because early on your money is very, very tight. You don't have the funds available to you, which will help you in finding those right type of talent pool of people who can come and work with you early on. So if you have a co-founder who comes with the complementary skill set, then it becomes so much more easier, and you don't have to hire for these roles early on. Cons: there can be gap in understanding each other's role. A technical founder is working, and here is the marketing guy or the business development, sales, operations guy. The communication has to be gelling with each other, then only it is going to work. If each of the co-founder doesn't understand each other's role, then it may lead to communication challenges. That will become very, very difficult to resolve. So from day one, from early on, you should be very, very open while in communicating with your co-founder, so that both the co-founders or multiple co-founders understand the role of each other and what is their domain specific roles. Shared vision and values. Another essential factor is alignment of vision and values. Again, my friends, this is very, very important, and I see some of the questions coming up on that. And I'm going to answer all those today. If one of you want to create a $1 billion enterprise or a company, or you want to really build it real fast and don't want to run it sell it, exit from it in 4 to 5 years. And the other co-founder is who is creating a lifestyle business. Same product, same platform. It is not going to work between both of you. It is a recipe for disaster. So the vision and value alignment have to be in sync all the time. The energy level has to meet with each other. Then only it is going to, be a great camaraderie will be created, and your co-founder is going to help you in scaling the business. That is very, very important. So whenever you are looking for a co-founder, when you are in the early stage of interviews, when you are talking to them, spend a lot of time in discussing your vision. What is your vision for that startup? And ask the co-founder, a potential co-founder, to share their vision and values, that how they see, where they see it to go. Because if the vision and values are not meeting, then both of you are not working towards the same goal, and it will become very difficult to achieve the final goal of that startup. Values alignment may change as the startup evolves. That is also true. But if both the co-founders are on talking terms, then it becomes much more easier to take it to the next level. Very, very important. Trust and communication. I can't stress more on this. Trust and open communication are absolutely critical in co-founder relationship. You will face a stressful situation, when you are running your business. There are so many things which happens on a day-to-day basis, So with your co-founder, try to mitigate those stressful situations very, very early on. Disagreements, that when you are trying to run your company, when you are trying to build your company, disagreements will happen. How much discount to give? There could be a disagreement about that. Which trade show to go? There could be disagreement about that. All those things need to be communicated to each other, discussed and mitigated. Then only you will be able to face the failures or setbacks in your business. And without trust, the partners, the partnership will quickly fall apart. It is very, very important that the trust and communication, the trust value and how to communicate that trust value between these, startup founder is very, very critical. Now, what are the pros? The pros are that, trust can lead to stronger collaboration. If both the co-founders or multiple co-founders working in a company, you have 100% trust on each other, and the communication channels are established, you talk to each other, then stronger collaboration happen, faster and more effective decision making happens, because you guys are on the same page. Cons, what are the cons of this? Trust building takes time. It is hard to quantify at times. Just by signing a co-founder agreement doesn't mean that you will start trusting each other. And lack of trust or poor communication can easily escalate the conflict. So be very particular in that. Before signing up with someone as a co-founder, you should spend a considerable amount of time in talking to each other, in understanding each other, their personal life, their philosophies, what they have done in their past life, what their goals and values are, where they want to see that themselves in next 5, 7, 10 years. Those are important things to talk about and discuss very, very early on before signing on the dotted line. Work ethics and communications and commitments. Let's talk about the commitment that a co-founder should have in a startup, and what are the work ethics. Work ethics is key. The one founder is putting in 60 hours a week and the other is putting in 20 hours a week is not going to work out. It will fail very, very fast. It will create resentment. It will create communication blocks. It will create distrust. So two individual or multiple individual who are coming towards the startup as co-founder, their energy level have to match. It cannot be that one person is high here and another one is here, and then they are trying to build the communication. They are trying to build the startup. It has to match. I always give an example of that. Consider a Lamborghini or a BMW or a Mercedes. If one of the tire is flat, then the speed will be reduced, and then you're no longer going to enjoy the car ride. All the tires have to be inflated at the right psi, and all the wheels are going in the same direction. Then only you will be able to build your company, your startup. It is very, very important. Work ethics and commitment, as I said. Find startup founders, your co-founder who has the same energy level to match up with your 60-hour weeks, 7 days of work, no vacation, and things like that. It is very, very important, because equal commitment keeps momentum strong. This is the biggest pros of work ethics and commitment. If you are matching in energy level, it reduces frustration and potential burnout for one partner, because now everybody is working the same. So, it will give you quick result. Now, what are the cons? Finding that kind of a co-founder is very, very different, because, different personal and financial situation can lead to imbalance. Somebody is still working somewhere and, they have agreed to come join you as a co-founder, but their commitment is somewhere else from where they are getting a paycheck. So in such situation, it is again will be very, very difficult to take them as a co-founder and try to run the company. The situation of both the founders have to be the same to lead it in the right direction. Level of commitment may also fluctuate. So try to find a co-founder who is going to commit for the next 5, 7, 10 years to the startup. Then only it will work. Now, where and how to find a co-founder, let's talk a little about that. If you can put some comments in the chat, what has worked for you, when you are looking for a talent, where do you go? Please put it in the chat. I would like to bring that and read your comments about that. Okay, so Ratnesh is saying that network, absolutely. Okay, I see a comment coming up on alum associations. Okay, very nice, thanks. Past workplace, yes, that is also good. So let's start with network. Your existing network is the best place to start looking for a co-founder. Often the right co-founder is someone that you have already worked with in your previous company, in some other setting, because then a former colleague, classmate or friend who shares the entrepreneurial spirit, them, you have seen them operate in various situations. So it is always good to look at your network and try to find somebody from there to build your startup with you, because the entrepreneurial spirit will match, because you have seen them working in a different situation together, or you have already done a project together. So if you hire somebody from your network as a co-founder, the biggest pro of that is that you already have a level of trust and understanding, because you have seen them perform under various situations. It is easier to initiate a co-founder discussion with someone that you already know. Think of it, two strangers coming in, having a coffee and start a co-founding discussion, and then start equity distribution and things like that is tough. It is not that easy. So it is always best to look at your internal network and find a co-founder from there. It is so much more easier to have the co-founder discussion with somebody that you already know. Now, what is the cons of it? Familiarity can lead to assumptions that prevent honest discussion, because you know the partner or colleague, their likes and dislikes, and that could be something which is a roadblock in a very fair and frank co-founding discussion. So be very worthy of that, that you are open in your communication, so that you talk to them with 100% transparency, and honestly you can have the discussion. Another cons of trying to find somebody from your network is that if the deal doesn't happen, then you lose a personal relationship also. So be very wary of that, that tell them that hey, we are getting into a professional relationship. If it doesn't work out, I hope that it is not going to affect our personal relationship that we have built over the years. That is very, very important. Another good place to find the startup co-founder or the initial 5-10 talent is networking events, startup events, hackathon, networking meetups. These are excellent places to meet potential co-founders. These are curated programs which is happening there, and only like-minded people go there. You will not find in a tech startup networking event somebody coming who is selling insurance products. You will generally not find that. So these are find these serious networking events. Don't go for happy hours, because those are not going to solve your problem in finding a co-founder or finding a first 10 employees or team members for your company. You have to go to serious startup events, networking events, hackathon, meetups, excellent places to meet potential co-founder. These environments are designed to foster collaboration. Generally the networking events, the same group will be putting in multiple networking events throughout the month or in a quarter and whatnot. So once you go 2 or 3 times to the same type of event organized by the same company or organization, you will see who all are coming to those networking event, and trying to find somebody from there becomes much more easier, because now that their interests are also the same, and you meet like-minded people who are actively looking for opportunities. This is why they are attending a networking event or a startup event or a meetup. These events encourage quick collaboration, because everybody wants to collaborate with you. They will come, they will shake hands, they will meet with you, talk to you about your startup. They will tell you about their startup or their journey or their what they are looking for. So it becomes much more easier to make friends in such networking events and startup meetup events. Real quick collaboration happens at such places. Now, what is the con? All the people are there for networking. That is the biggest con here, not necessarily to find a co-founder. So they may come here to find sales, and they are not really the co-founder type of people. So when you are researching a networking event, you will have to look that this organization, what type of events they put together, what type of attendees come there, because you are not only paying to attend those networking events, but you are also investing your time and energy. And these days, post COVID, there are multiple networking events happening every day. So you have to make a choice that which networking event to go to. And so if you can research about the networking event, it is much more easier. What are the other way? Another thing is online platforms. Online platforms are good to find co-founders or any connections. Co-founder lab is there, Founders Nation is there, and the biggest one is LinkedIn. If you are active on LinkedIn, get one of the premium subscription of it, and then try to network with people, with like-minded people on those platforms, and try to find them that are they going to be a good co-founder for you or not. It may take several meetings, you're sending email for LinkedIn, and you're making a connection, then you're reaching out to them. So it will take a longer period of time in matching the schedule and going out and meeting for coffee or lunch to discuss your company. But think of it, you are building a tech startup where you are the business guy and you found a tech co-founder who is in another country. Those things cannot happen through a networking event. For that, you will have to go to online platforms like LinkedIn, and or some kind of other online platform which is out there to find your co-founder or a technical co-founder from other geographies. That can only happen online. So that is one of the best things that can happen through access of online platform, because now you have access to the global pool of potential partners. The resumes are there, the people are there. You need to start reaching out to them, and these online platforms like LinkedIn, if you have a premium account, you can use various filters which are out there, like skill, location, experience, and then drill down the type of people that you really want to reach out to, and then take the conversation forward. Now, what is the cons of it? The biggest con is building trust online is very, very difficult, and challenging. People can put whatever on their online profile, and really trying to figure it out, what is true, what is not true, becomes challenging for founders very, very quickly. The trust factor is not there. So maybe this is a good idea for a startup idea, to how to create trust factor of people that you meet online. Some kind of a trust badge that whatever is written on the profile has been verified or vetted by a third party, like like Trustpilot for talent management. This could be a good business idea for one of the listeners to start their startup on this, because I think there will be buyer that they would like to see the trust factor or the trust badge on the profile before they start engaging with that professional. Another cons in a online platform is that chances of misalignments is initial interactions are less personal. Everything is happening via Zoom, via email, via text message, WhatsApp. So the personal relationship building becomes challenging, and it becomes tough when you are dealing with somebody online. What else? Where else can you look for startup founders? I think another one is entrepreneurial communities. Those are also great for finding the right talent or a co-founder for yourself. For Startup Steroid, I was very lucky to find my co-founder at an organization called TIE, TIE. It stands for The Indus Entrepreneur, and the presence of TIE is in 13 countries, having 62 chapters, 3,000 plus accredited investors, 15,000 plus members. So it is a large pool of technical and non-technical and business people working. And I found my co-founder on TIE. I was the past president of TIE Southern California chapter, and I've been very instrumental in opening up a chapter in Bihar, in Patna, in India. And I encourage all the startup founders to come and join as a startup founder member of this community, because you will feel so much. TIE has given me a lot. I can just have a video cast or a LinkedIn live event on how TIE can help you, and what TIE is. Some of the other ones is like you can reach out to your incubator. Startup Grind is another one. Because in these professional organizations, people that you meet are serious about entrepreneurship. That is the biggest thing here. So when you deal with, when you meet such kind of people who are serious about entrepreneurship, the relationship becomes easier to foster, and you get access to potential co-founders and valuable advice from experienced entrepreneurs from all around the world. Think of it, Thai, 13 countries, 63 chapters. So there is a lot of depth in such organization, which experienced entrepreneurs who have multiple exit, who have built their business and taken it to a new height, is available to you to mentor you. So, it is a two-way street. You become a member, not only you can find co-founders or, team members in your company, certainly you get investor who might be interested in investing in your company. You will find a mentor who is willing to guide you in building your startup. That has happened to me, when we are in fundraising mode now, and many of the chartered members of TAI is coming on our cap table, and investing on us, because they have seen us work. They have seen us in various various different events, and they have seen how we operate. So it becomes so much more easier to communicate with people who are part of the same entrepreneurial communities. But now, what is the cons of it? The cons is that it takes really time to build a stronger relationship. It is for Thai, spend there 2-3 years before people will start recognizing you, and then you can build the relationship, the trust factor again, to go and ask them for mentorship, co-foundership, guidance, and all those things. So but above all, I'll say entrepreneurial communities are very, very important, which can help you in finding your early team members or a co-founder to that. One of the cons, I believe, is also that competition for the co-founder can be high at these places, because this is an entrepreneurship organization. Everybody is an entrepreneur. They are looking for good opportunities. So but competition at that level is good, because only serious players will come and talk to you and partner with you and work with you. What else? Look within your industry. If you are building a SaaS platform, you are part of SaaS knowledge base on LinkedIn and all. Those are good places from where you can find a co-founder. Because if you are looking in your industry, then people are aware of your industry, so they know what you are trying to build, who are the potential customer. They understand the market and the customer needs, so it becomes easier, because these people are interested in the service offering that you have to do. Less time is spent in onboarding and explaining the industry nuances, because people are from your industry. They understand what is happening there. Cons: overlapping skill set can create conflict over responsibility, so that is one thing that you will have to look for. Then there is competition between founders with similar backgrounds, so if you can mitigate that, then it becomes very, very easy to go that route. Now, how to build a stronger co-founder relationship? I will say one thing, set the expectations early on about roles, responsibilities, and equity. Have a co-founder agreement to outline these points. If you do it early on, then you don't have any other challenges left out there, because everything is on a piece of paper that you guys can refer back to. So once again, set expectation early on about roles, the responsibility, equity, and investment. That how much they are going to invest, how much equity they are going to get, what is their roles and accountability, roles and responsibility, and you can hold each other accountable as per that document. So it becomes so much. Another thing that I would suggest, that if there is a conflict between a co-founder, don't try to put it under the rug. Try to handle it through professional intervention, through talking to each other. Don't cut off the communication link. Healthy conflict is always good, because it can result to better solutions. It strengthens the partnership, You don't want to find a co-founder who is always a yes person to you. They should have their own mind, and then then only the startup will work. And the co-founder relationship is growing together. With that, I'm at a 30 minute mark. I'd like to limit our LinkedIn live sessions to 30 minutes. If you have more questions, please put it in the chat, or when this obviously this is recorded and this will be available on LinkedIn. Put your questions. Myself and my team members will go in there and answer the questions as with clarity. We'll do our best to answer your questions. So thank you so much for attending the LinkedIn live session today. I hope you had good takeaways. Let me know through the comment that how did I do. And in future LinkedIn live events, we do it on a very regular basis. The calendar will be published here on the Startup Game Changer website as well as on the LinkedIn page. I'm going to start inviting more and more industry experts